The story of Orpheus and Eurydice. From Ovid's Metamorphoses. Translated by Rolfe Humphries. So Hymen left there, clad in saffron robe, through the great reach of air, and took his way to the Ciconian country, where the voice of Orpheus called him, all in vain. He came there, true, but brought with him no auspicious words, no joyful faces, lucky omens. The torch sputtered and filled the eyes with smoke. When swung, it would not blaze. Bad as the omens were, the end was worse. For as the bride went walking across the lawn, attended by her naiads, a serpent bit her ankle, and she was gone. Orpheus mourned her to the upper world, and then, lest he should leave the shades untried, dared to descend to Styx, passing the portal men call Taenarion. Through the phantom dwellers, the buried ghosts, he passed, came to the king of that sad realm, and to Persephone, his consort, and he swept the strings and chanted. Gods of the world below the world, to whom all of us mortals come, if I may speak without deceit, the simple truth is this. I came here not to see dark Tartarus, nor yet to bind the triple-throated monster, Medusa's offspring, rough with snakes. I came for my wife's sake, whose growing years were taken by a snake's venom. I wanted to be able to bear this. I have tried. Love has conquered. This god is famous in the world above, but here I do not know. I think he may be, or is it all a lie, that ancient story of an old ravishment, and how he brought the two of you together? These places, all full of fear, by this immense confusion, by this vast kingdom's silences, I beg you, weave over Eurydice's life, run through too soon. To you we all, people and things, belong. Sooner or later, to this single dwelling, all of us come, to our last home. You hold longest dominion over humankind. She will come back again, to be your subject, after the ripeness of her years. I am asking a loan and not a gift. If fate denies us this privilege for my wife, one thing is certain. I do not want to go back either. Triumph in the death of two. And with his words, the music made the pale phantoms weep. Ixion's wheel was still. Titio's vultures left the liver. Tantalus tried no more to reach for the water, and Belus's daughters rested from their urns, and Sisyphus climbed on his rock to listen. That was the first time ever in all the world the Furies wept. Neither the king nor consort had harshness to refuse him, and they called her Eurydice. She was there, limping a little from her late wound with the new shades of hell, and Orpheus received her, but one term was set. He must not, till he passed Avernus, turn back his gaze, or the gift would be in vain. They climbed the upward path, through absolute silence, up the steep murk clouded in pitchy darkness. They were near the margin, near the upper land, when he, afraid she might falter, eager to see her, looked back in love, and she was gone, in a moment. Was it he or she reaching out arms, trying to hold or be held, and clasping nothing but empty air? Dying the second time, she had no reproach to bring against her husband. What was there to complain of? One thing only. He loved her. he could hardly hear her calling farewell when she was gone. The double death stunned Orpheus, like the man who turned to stone at the sight of Cerberus, or the couple of rock, Alenos and Letheia, hearts so joined one shared the other's guilt. And Ida's mountain, where rivers run, still holds them both together. In vain the prayers of Orpheus and his longing to cross the river once more. The boatman Charon drove him away. For 7 days he sat there, beside the bank, in filthy garments, and tasting no food whatever. Trouble, grief, and tears were all his sustenance. At last, complaining the gods of hell were cruel, he wandered on to Rhodope and Haemus, swept by the north winds, where for 3 years he lived without a woman, either because marriage had meant misfortune, or he had made a promise. But many women wanted this poet for their own, and many grieved over their rejection. His love was given to young boys only, and he told the Thracians that was the better way. Enjoy the springtime, take those first flowers. There was a hill, and on it a wide extending plain, all green, but lacking the darker shade of green. And when the singer came there, and ran his fingers over the strings, the shade came there to listen. The oak tree came, and many poplars, and the gentle lindens, the beech, the virgin laurel, and the hazel, easily broken, the ash men used for spears, the shining silver fir, the ilex bending under its acorns, the friendly sycamore, the changing-coloured maple, and the willows that loved the river waters, and the lotus favouring pools, and the green boxwood came, slim tamarisks, and myrtle, and viburnum, with dark blue berries, and the pliant ivy, the tendrilled grape, the elms, all dressed with vines, the rowan trees, the pitch pines, and the arbute with the red fruit, the palm, the victor's triumph, the bare-trunked pine with spreading leafy crest, dear to the mother of the gods, since Attis put off his human form, took on that likeness, and the cone-shaped cypress joined them, now a tree. But once a boy, loved by the god Apollo, master of lyre and bowstring, both together.